Real Madrid had a largely underwhelming transfer window for the second consecutive summer, but took solace in the belief that they will more than make up for it when they sign Kylian Mbappe without a transfer fee in 10 months. Time. The club anticipate an early June 2022 presentation at a very nearly finished, remodeled Santiago Bernabéu, with Mbappe's new number 7 shirt flying off the shelves of the club shop and the ink barely dry on a new shirt deal with main sponsors Emirates. That scenario, plus the arrival of the exceptionally talented 18-year-old midfielder Eduardo Camavinga on deadline day, and the chaos at Barcelona softened the blow of missing out on Mbappe this season. "Reprogram your dreams for later," he posted on social media before later deleting it. He has already turned down at least 3 offers of a new contract in Paris, the last of which would have seen him earn £30 million (Euro 35m) net a season, so Madrid are confident he will resist for the remainder of this campaign and pick up his signing on fee next summer in Spain. The pursuit of Mbappe was doomed to failure from the off. Madrid were uncharacteristically public about their first offer of £137 million (Euro 160m), because they knew it would be knocked back. Worse than rejecting it, PSG's Qatari ownership didn't even respond. A second, also very public, offer of £154 million (Euro 180m) in add-ons was also met with silence. After the first bid, PSG's sporting director Leonardo called Madrid's behavior illegal and disrespectful and said the offer was nowhere near enough. And that sparked some degree of optimism at Madrid. At least they had been noticed, and Leonardo had hinted that perhaps there was a magic number that would release Mbappe. But when that second offer was also ignored and PSG coach Mauricio Pochettino picked Mbappe to start Sunday's game away at Reims, it was all over bar the shouting. And there was plenty of shouting, mainly on Spain's late-night El Chiringuito football program with their resident Real Madrid fan beside himself with anger that Mbappe had not been allowed to leave. Madrid's final day bid of £172 million (Euro 200m) was purely for the gallery. PSG were not going to sell their star with just hours left of the window and no time to replace him. They want to win the Champions League, and they are smart enough to know that with just Messi and Neymar they want. It's even debatable whether Madrid could have followed through on the £172 million offer, especially after spending £27 million on Camavinga. The teenager has already played 2 full seasons in France and was wanted by every top club including PSG. He will fit into Real Madrid's 4-3-3 as a dynamic box-to-box midfielder capable of constructing moves from deep and playing the final pass in the opponent's half. He can carry the ball forward, he can accelerate into space. He can play longer passes to forwards, and he can press with intensity and aggression. With Luka Modric, Casemiro and Toni Kroos still first choice at Madrid, and Fede Valverde, Antonio Blanco and Camavinga ready to replace them in time, Carlo Ancelotti has enviable midfield options. Less enviable is what he has ahead and behind them. Defensively, project replace Ramos and Varane by not replacing them is so far looking like a failure. Madrid have left themselves with just 3 first-choice centre-backs vying for 2 spots, and in the first 2 games David Alaba, Nacho and Edu Militao did not wholly convince. And in attack there is still no goalscorer to share Karim Benzema's burden. Gareth Bale is off the mark and will be Benzema's biggest ally in breaking down opposition defenses. But Eden Hazard remains a shadow of the player he was at Chelsea, and Vinicius has not performed consistently yet. In a parallel universe, Real Madrid supporters might be complaining on Wednesday morning about why the club failed to remedy those woes. But the obsession with getting Mbappe long after it was still a viable option has diverted attention and any criticism. Madrid haven't got Mbappe. But then Barcelona haven't got Messi or Griezmann. Mbappe is still coming, and when he does, Camavinga will be entrenched in midfield behind him. ready to link up with Benzema and make Real Madrid a team to be feared once more.